Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Hall Family Wines Happy Hour, the show where great minds drink alike. My name is Kathryn Hall. For those of you who are in the middle of shoveling snow or ice, I want you to know how gorgeous it is in Napa Valley right now. It's just sunny and the temperatures are in the mid 70s. So if you're thinking about visiting wine country, this is a great time to leave the snow behind and come out and see us. We have a fabulous show today. I am really excited about this. My guest is Christina Haack, whom you know as the star on Flip or Flop and Christina on the Coast. She's an entrepreneur. She's got a new line of flooring. She's got a line of flooring. It's not quite so new now. A new venture that she is about to start producing. I hope we get a chance to talk about that. But for right now, let's bring on Christina Haack.
Hi, Kathryn.
Welcome. Cheers.
Cheers.
So nice to have you on, Christina. This is really great. The last time anybody at Hall saw you in person was when you were up visiting us. And I actually have a post to prove it from you. Yeah.
That was our favorite winery ever. So I surprised my Mr. Hall and booked the Platinum experience naturally. And we had the best time ever.
Oh, yeah. See, it was sunny there too. And by the way, this picture that's up right now is in front of one of my favorite pieces of art on the property. I don't know. Did you get a chance to go around and see any of the art that was there?
Yes, we did. It was beautiful, but we mostly enjoyed the underground cave, the cellar.
Yep. Oh, nice. Yeah, I do too. It's magical, you know. You know, actually, when we built that, I thought that I would have every Christmas there, you know, with the kids and the family and stuff, but we just haven't done it for some reason, you know.
Ever?
We've done it once, but I just sort of thought it would be a recurring every year. We'd go back and do it, but we just sort of never organized it. But it has this sort of, you know, just really sort of just mystical, magical quality going on there.
I'll show you later, but our dining room table looks very similar to that table.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see it. Okay.
Yeah, super cool.
So, by the way, let's cheers, because this is the wine that we're going to be tasting today is this. It's our 18th. Then you have it, the 1873. But we'll talk a bit more about that a little later, and we'll talk a bit about decanting. But for right now, I have so many questions to ask you. My gosh, you're in the real estate. You're a real estate entrepreneur. I actually think that Josh is also in the real estate business. So I mean, you know so much about this world. It looks to us, as we at the winery just travel around the country on wine tours, that everywhere the price of housing is just going up, up, up.
Yes, it is. It's crazy everywhere. So we have a home in Franklin, Tennessee as well, and the property values there have gone through the roof. There's so many Californians moving there as well. And we're in Dana Point right now, and same thing here. There's hardly any inventory and just going up, up, up.
So for people who have a home and they're thinking of making a move, this is a good time to sell. Maybe not such a good time to buy. I don't know.
Right? It's a great time to sell, which, you know, we thought about that too, but there's nowhere to go. So what do you do?
Yeah, you sort of have to do it. You know, any thoughts about for people who are thinking about selling their home, about just what you should do to make it look
I have so many thoughts.
Pretty? Yeah, you have so many thoughts, I know.
Number one is declutter. I can tell that you are not a cluttered person. Your home looks immaculate. However, some people need to declutter.
You know, I can't stand clutter. I feel like work is so busy for me. I can't stand to be around lots of stuff.
Are you a Virgo?
Yeah. No, I'm a Capricorn. Is that a Virgo trait?
Yes. Josh is a Virgo. Josh is very
Wow.
neat and hates clutter. I also do not like clutter either, but I'm not quite as neat as him.
Yeah. I just never. Yeah. So declutter. Okay.
Declutter, and I would say neutralize. Like, I naturally don't gravitate towards bright colors. I'm known for that. But it's kind of when people walk into a house, they want to envision their own furniture in there. That's why a lot of people stage, because stagers know what to put in a home to have it appeal to everyone, right? You don't want to exclude any buyers. You want people to walk in and visualize their own furniture, their own items inside your home.
Yeah. I noticed that on your shows you use these stagers, and it's just brilliant what they do.
Yes, and they know how to make rooms look bigger. So it's just about proportion. Some people tend to put huge items in small rooms, which makes rooms feel smaller. So it's I think decluttering and making things more neutral and appealing to majority. Painting is really big too. No one wants to walk into a house and see fingerprints on walls or stains. A fresh coat of paint goes a long way.
Oh, nice. Yeah. What about if you are going to buy a house? Anything that people tend to overlook until it's too late? Any
neighbors?
What?
Bad neighbors.
Yeah, really.
We've been there, done that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to pre-screen, knock, knock. Hi. Are you crazy? No? Okay.
That's really funny. That's true. In Napa Valley, that's not much of an issue because your neighbors are so far away because
right.
So many people live on vineyards. But
yeah, we have that luxury in Tennessee because we're on 24 acres and we can't see anybody. So we enjoy our peace and quiet out there.
Oh my gosh. That must be just so beautiful.
Yeah,
I just
nice.
love it. Just love it. So I'd love to talk just a bit about the magic you do, the design that you bring to your work, to the shows. For me, one of the most exciting things is just watching you when you go into a room and you just seem to have a sense of what you're going to do in that kitchen or in that bedroom or in the front of the house. I remember there was one where you said, I'm going to put black over here and I'm going to put white over here. And anyway, it's just, here's the question. Does your design process just sort of hit you like that? Or is it something you contemplate?
I think I know right away. I mean, as far as intuition or whatever it is, I like something or I don't, or I see something, I visualize it, and I just try to bring it to life. I don't second guess my thoughts. So if I have an idea, I kind of stick with it. And, if you have to change things along the way, you roll with the punches. But kind of like probably you and wine, I've been doing this business for a long time. I've done hundreds of houses. So it just kind of comes to me right away. I think my main thing is my style is constantly evolving and changing. I mean, even in the past years, it's changed dramatically. And so we move a lot because I feel like right when I'm done with a project, even my own, I'm like, okay, well, I'm done. And I get excited to do another one. Yeah. So
how would you say your style has changed over recent years?
It used to be glam, kind of like a medieval glam, big chandeliers, blingy, lots of crystals. I still like crystals, but now I more prefer kind of a modern farmhouse, but not so farmhousey, more like industrial modern farmhouse. I like a lot of teaks and blacks, and then accessorize with plants and crystals. A little bit of boho. It's not one specific style.
I never know when I hear people talk about boho, what that is.
That's kind of, okay. So bohemian means macrame, that kind of style, a lot of different layered rug looks, a lot of live plants, crystals. It's kind of like undertones, neutral colors.
God, I love all that. I really,
What's your style?
I really do. I mean, for me, I love to think about how art is going to look in a space too, because and actually for us, we place the art before we place anything else in a house. When I love, and then we sort of work the furniture around that.
Yep.
But
What's your style?
I don't know what to call it. I don't know.
Well,
It's sort of, well, clean, I think. I mean, I can't stand stuff,
yeah.
little stuff. It just sort of, you know, but I also just, I like neutrals.
Yep.
It seems to me that the sort of, so the art will shine, but I think the background should be not so much, and definitely modern. I mean, I like
I'll say modern for sure.
definitely modern.
Flooring ceilings, so pretty.
You know, you talk about flooring. You've got a flooring line, which I wish you would say something about, but also I've heard you say that it's such an important part of the experience of a home.
Yes. So I started a flooring line, Christina Collection Flooring. We came out with more of a laminate line first, and then we're about to launch the engineered hardwood line. And then I also started a hemp wood line. So there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
And there's different price points. They're all the colors that I love and that I use in my flips and in Christina on the Coast. So yeah, I love them. They're great. They're beautiful. They're durable. We're actually installing them in this house pretty soon in Dana Point.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also just natural. You know,
Yeah.
there's warmth about being. I love wood floors. I love I have well, you can't see it right now, but I have a lot of like dark brown wood floor, but I also use I like marble too.
Yes, me too. And marble never goes out of style.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always been in style.
So there are styles, you know. I just seems are there certain colors that are more in style now, or?
Well, so that's another thing. I feel like when I first started doing this, it was like travertine everywhere. Do you remember that when like 2000-ish to 2005, everything was travertine?
Sure.
And then
Sure.
it turned to everything was gray. And
Yeah.
then it was like too much gray. And so now it's kind of more going back into the naturals, like a lot of wood grains, like the whole 80s look of the wood grain cabinets came back. So you see a lot of that. But personally, like the style that I love and that I've always loved is marble. Like right now we just redid our kitchen and we did the waterfall edge marble counters. That with, I like a light flooring, usually like kind of like this color. And then with a lot of black. Like I love black.
I love that too.
And I love white walls.
Yeah, and yes, and white walls. And also really important about sort of just if you want to put art on a wall, it's nice to have it be white as a great background too.
Yes, and then it pops.
So if you have done wine cellars before, have you done wine cellars?
I've never done a wine cellar, but I've done a wine wall, and I'll show you really quick. So see this room right here, how there's that glass that goes into my dining room. That's your kind of your table. We're taking out that glass and we're making a huge wine wall there. So we'll have all of our hall wines. And
I love it.
Yeah. So basically what's going to happen is when you walk in our front door, it'll be a double-sided wine wall. So from where I'm sitting, you'll be able to see it. From the dining room, you'll be able to see it. And it's like the first statement piece when you walk in. It'll be a few hundred bottles. So it's going to look cool.
You know, I really think that it's really warm and inviting. I mean, I think wine sort of says, let's get together. It's sort of a convivial type.
I agree. I love wine, and you're right. And so it's just, have your friends over. You can walk in, pick a bottle, put the good ones up top, the really good ones.
Yeah, right. And then
the Kathryn Hall will go up top so you can see her, but not everyone can grab her.
Thanks. Yeah. You know, that's the thing too, is that when you're serving a special wine, it's really nice to serve it for guests that are going to appreciate it. You know, I mean, it's, you want to,
Speaking of which, you were going to teach me to do something, and I think I need to do it. That way we can do our
I
taste.
am going to teach you. So here, let's talk about, we're going to taste this wine, but this 1873 Cabernet, but I thought we would just decant it first, because that's really part of the, it's really a wonderful way to open a wine up, whether a wine is young or old, whether a red wine is young or old. I think it really can make it just sort of, it brings out, it can really, if you do it right, bring out the best of the quality. So let's start, and I'll just, there you go. Beautiful. By the way, in terms of picking a decanter, that's a great decanter, because it's got a large mouth like that, so you can get the airing in it, that lots of air is going to get down, and it's probably pretty easy to pour with. So here we go. Here we go. So just, you want to pour it in and just sort of go sort of slow against the side of the glass.
I'm just going to pour it all in so Josh can have some later.
Okay. All right. And then, and so what you did in that process is we got some more air as it was pouring. And what you might want to do, just when you've got the decanter, you'll just sort of swish it around. That'll get a little more air in it. And then let's pour our second glass. So we can taste this wine one after it's been decanted, and then the second again. You know,
it's not quick. I wasn't sure if you had to leave it in here for a while.
No, you don't need to leave it in there. The whole thing is about getting air into the wine. So that's pretty much, it's happened, although we can let it sit. This is only a 2017, so it's not a really old wine. We've got, some of our wines are newer than this, but
now it has your head full of bubbles.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that's just from the air when you sort of got through it. So, well, which one do you have in your hand? Is that the
one?
The one we just did? Well, let's give that a whiff. Okay. Can you sort of double-handed? Let's try the other one too, just to give it a go. You wouldn't do this at a party.
Maybe.
Yeah. But. Isn't that funny?
You can taste the difference.
You can smell the difference. I mean, for me, they both really have the blackberry on that nose, but it's fresher for me.
Yeah. After we went to your winery, we have been using the decanter, and we did notice difference. It like opens it up more.
Yeah. It really is. So it's a trick, though. You don't, like, if you're pouring a really old wine, you don't want to let it sit in the glass or in the carafe too long, because then a really old wine might peter out. You know.
What's considered a really old wine? What year?
Like 20 years, 25 years. The French would not say that. The French would say an old wine is 50 years old. But for us in America, we are used to drinking our wines really, we're used to drinking them young. And I think that's, for me, what is so lovely about this 1873, because this wine is all mountain fruit. So it's going to have a lot of the, it's got a lot of power in it. It's a really big, concentrated Cabernet. Part of it comes off of the Sacrochet vineyard, which is, you were right near there when you were at the cave.
Big cows are my favorite.
Yeah,
and
me too. Yeah, what do you like to drink them with?
Everything. Steak, filet. Well, Josh is a really good cook, so salmon. Yeah, any like meat. I mean, are you a vegetarian?
I actually am a vegetarian, but there's plenty to do with,
Cheese.
I mean, I can tell you lots of stuff with this.
Well, like what I liked at your winery is when they did the whole cheese layout. And it's crazy how much even that changes the flavor, right?
Isn't it interesting? Yeah.
Yeah. So I love making charcuterie boards. That's my thing. I'm obsessed.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I like making for the kids too, even with like gummy worms and gummy bears and stuff, but they're so pretty. And I feel like that goes so well with a big cap.
They totally are. And I can't say. So anyway, this is one big wine. And generally for mountain fruit, it tends to be, you tend to get a lot of concentration off of mountain fruit, which is why my preference, we make a lot of different wines. But my favorite tend to be the ones that come from the mountainside.
You have
just
the most fun job.
Concentration.
You have a fun job.
I have a what?
You have a fun job.
Oh, I have a great job. But let me say, you have a fun job too. My gosh.
Be more fun though.
Yeah. In fact, I think, isn't Flip or Flop, you've got a new show coming out tomorrow, a new episode coming out tomorrow.
We're on, believe it or not, season 10. A lot of seasons.
That's just
actually tomorrow night's a repack, so it is kind of a new episode, and then there's like 2 repacks, and then there's a couple more episodes, and then season 10 will be finished off.
What's a repack?
It's basically where something else must be going on, so they air an episode that's already aired, but with like a couple additional scenes. I'm not exactly sure why they're doing it, but it is a repack.
Okay, well, that's fun.
Yeah.
So, well, and then Christina on the Coast is really just so fun. Oh, I've got to tell you one of my favorite things and this was on one of the episodes on Christina on the Coast recently. I just love it when you show the people who own the homes, what their home is going to be like. You know, as you sort of do the reveal as you walk through, that's got to be a fabulous feeling.
So what's interesting is as we're going through the process, right? I mean, imagine it's kind of scary. They're leaving their home in, our hands. And there's always a point during the process where people are nervous. The house is ripped apart. They're uncomfortable. They're either living in a family member's house or like everyone's moved into a bedroom. And it's hard to see a vision. So we choose all the materials, but things are half in, the cabinets are up, no backsplash. And you can always tell people are a little bit nervous, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like for a couple months, there's always that air of like, oh, and then the reveal happens and then the home's all done and it's staged and James and I do the furniture and it has all the accessories. And then people are like, oh my gosh. And everyone you could tell it's like, oh, relief. It all worked out.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's wonderful though, when you'll say to people along the way, it's going to be perfect. You're going to love it. And I think that really instills, I mean, if they know about you and they probably do already, that they're going to have that degree of confidence anyway. But I think those are very reassuring words to hear.
Well, it really is a lot of fun too. And it's fun working with all different families and all different design styles, right? There's no two are the same. So I truly love my job. I love everyone I work with. And I'm hoping that we get a new season soon because I can't wait to be back to work.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
So right now, I think you are making some changes there in your home in
Dana Point.
Dana Point, yeah. Is it possible you could show us a little bit about that? And
yeah, for sure.
Maybe, and one of the things that is always such a issue for me is how do you style a shelf? I mean, it's like I can tell if something looks good after it's done.
Yes.
But sort of coming up with where do I put this and all of that is
okay. So we're kind of mid remodel right now. I'll give you like a quick glance at our kitchen. We recently took out everything in here and we did this massive island. Like I said, has a waterfall edge. We're still waiting for our backsplash to come in because as you may be aware, everything is back ordered. But I just quickly did my floating shelves, these ones for you. So you could see that.
Oh,
It's kind of
lovely.
yeah, like a little, they have the lights and a little bit more of a minimalist look going on in there. Okay, so here I decorated my bar area for you, literally just right before the call, because we're still waiting on our backsplash for here too. So I'll step back so you can see that. But we did 2 beverage centers, and so you can do white wine below, and then the rack will have the red wine, like I mentioned when you walked in. So with floating shelves, what I like to do is I love to incorporate, things I like crystals and vases and real plants. So at the top, you can see I did a couple black vases, a crystal, one of my favorite plants, and then a couple vases, and then my glassware. And I kind of like to just kind of organize and stack it so there's different heights and levels, and of course, the crystal. But it's just like pretty, and it's one of the first things you see when you walk in. And then I did the lower shelf, some of my favorite red wines and some of the kids.
Thank you so much.
and my mom got Josh that for Christmas, and it says Hall on it too.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, just kind of keep it simple, but just inviting. So, when people come over, you can grab a glass, pour yourself a cocktail or a glass of wine, and it just looks pretty.
It does look pretty, and it also works. I mean, a home should be, it should be functional. You know, it's just.
We have 3 kids in this house, so even in the beverage centers, we have their pineapple juice and waters that they like, and then we have ours in the other one.
Yeah, but so you sort of you vary the height, but then you keep the things of the same height sort of together. It gives it a sort of a neater look.
Yes. Well, just like you, I like things, neat and uniform, but still pretty. So I kind of just like, a couple glasses, some height with the crystals, some more glasses. And then these just kind of add a different flair, the margarita glasses.
Yeah.
And then down here, just different accessories.
Yeah.
So it's cute. And very, very easy to do. We have floating shelves all throughout this house, like a ton of them. Most of them.
Easy to do, so you say, but easy for you.
But I think you can personalize it by adding things that you like. So like, mine could be throwing in plants or crystal, but yours.
Yeah.
Like we also like to collect different accessories or things when we travel. So we have some floating shelves that have things from Tulum, Cabo, Napa, different wine adventures.
I totally agree, and I do the same. I love to. So this is my home, so I love the idea that these are happy memories for me, sort of spread around. And I mean, it's your palace,
Exactly. So you want it to be clean and feel like you're home, but also feel like people will come in and they feel like, oh, okay, I can relax. I'm at home. I can sit down and chill, and there's different areas. So.
Well, Christina, you have just been so generous with your time and showing us your house and your shelves and everything. You're wonderful, and all of your fans who are watching us today, I know are just thrilled to have a chance to see your home there in Dana Point. So anyway, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, thank you for having me. We had the best time at your winery. Oh, nice to talk to you here.
Thank you so much for being on. Listen, so now, before you take off, any last words for your your fans?
Well, I can't wait to be back on the air. I know we have some really cool things coming. A lot of them I can't talk about just yet, but stay tuned. It's going to be an exciting year.
Well, that is exciting, and I really am so grateful. So I look forward to seeing you, Mr. Hall, up in Napa very soon. And
cheers to the Hall.
Thank you. So nice. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining. Be sure to watch Christina on Flip or Flop. It's the next episode, as she said, is coming up tomorrow night. Now we all know what a repack is. So, but to you all, it's wonderful to have you here. We will be back each week with our happy hours. And in the meantime, I look forward to seeing you, but stay healthy.